guys, welcome to Fantasy Nuts. My name's Luke Evans. This is my Week 9 quarterback tight end ranking list. If you guys enjoy the content, smash the like, smash the subscribe, hit the comments below. This will exclude Thursday night's game. This didn't seem like much to talk about. Jonathan Taylor was the highlight. Michael Pittman had a decent game. I did say Jonathan Taylor was going to be the number one running back. Looks like he's on pace to be that. So let's hope I was right on that. Otherwise, let's talk, man. Let's talk QB rankings. All right, at number 1, I got Josh Allen versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, this is a cake matchup for Josh Allen. He's got great weapons. He should crush it. Lamar Jackson versus Minnesota. Lamar Jackson just gets it done with his legs. He's such a weapon in his own right. He doesn't really even need weapons, but he's got some in Marquise Brown, Mark Andrews, and Rashad Bateman. As long as he plays this week, sounds like he was held out of practice for an undisclosed injury. Matthew Stafford, I got at number 3. Matthew Stafford versus Tennessee. This should be an easy matchup for him. Tennessee's D, even though they shut down Pat Mahomes that one week, that was a fluke. Tennessee sucks. So Matthew Stafford should have a good day. Patrick Mahomes, I think he has a redemption week this week. He comes out and crushes it versus Green Bay. He's just too good to fail, man. I believe in this guy too much. I think he could come out and be the number 1 quarterback this week, honestly. Even though I got him at 4, I just think he could come out and be the number 1 this week. At 5, I got Dak Prescott versus Denver. Denver losing Von Miller, not going to help at pass rush, so I like Dak Prescott this week at number 5. All right, at number 6, I got Justin Herbert versus Philly, and I got Jalen Hurts right after him versus the Chargers, so they go 6-7 there. Both tough matchups, both good defenses. Darius Slay's a stud, so Herbert's going to have to find other targets like Jared Cook and Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler in this game, because I think Slay's going to be covering Mike Williams. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully Herbert can come out and kind of have a redemption game. I think he will. He didn't really have the best of weeks last week. I think it was like 17 fantasy points. I want to see one of those 50-point games again from him. He's just way too talented. He should go out there and crush it, I think. Jalen Hurts, I got him right after. Listen, the guy's all year been 20 plus. So last week they were just crushing Detroit, and it was all rushing. So I don't blame that on him. It was just the game script, and that's the way it worked out for him. So, Chargers are a good D. Now, this is the thing. You go look at Jalen Hurts. He has not played a top 5 D yet this year. So, he will be tested. We will see how he does against a defense that is ranked in the top 5. I got Joe Burrow at number 8. Joe Burrow is been fire lately, man. Him and Jamar Chase, they got a connection. T. Higgins is fire. Joe Mixon is good pass-catching back. Cleveland has not been the best of Ds lately. They do well against the rush, I'd say. Myles Garrett up front is pretty good at getting to the quarterback. But for the most part, Cleveland has not been, a great D, I would say. Joe Burrow should come out and have a good day, I think. Top 10. Kyler Murray, as long as he comes out and plays against San Francisco this week, I think he'll have a good game also. Kyler Murray's just kind of been unstoppable this year. He is really, really awesome. This guy might be MVP at the end of the year if he keeps playing the way he's playing. He seems to get it done. Tua Tagovailoa, I got it. My top 10. This is my top 10 play of the week right here, man. I'll tell you what. I might play him over Herbert, to be honest with you. I got him in both leagues that I got Herbert in. I picked him up off the wire. And his matchup against Houston, if you go look at what he's done, he's been top 5 quarterback since he's come back from injury. Almost 30-plus fantasy points in 2 of the last 3 games. He had 15 points last week against Buffalo, but that's a top 2D right there. So, he had a bad day against a top 2D. It wasn't even a bad day either. So, he's 2 points less than Justin Herbert last week. So, I like Tua this week a lot. So, we'll see what happens. He's a good play, good DFS play. Go out and play him. All right, and at number 11, I got Derek Carr versus the Giants. I got Danny Dimes versus the Raiders. So, head-to-head there, see who scores more points. Raiders have some internal issues with Ruggs going on there, so hopefully that doesn't affect the locker room. And heart goes out to the family that lost somebody there in that accident. Tragic. Danny Dimes, though, gets it done with his legs. He's ranked 6th amongst all QBs in rushing yards, I believe. So, you never know. This could be a good matchup. Could be some points put on the board. And they both could end up in the top 10 easily. Ryan Tannehill versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'm trying to avoid this, actually. If I'm a Tannehill owner, I'd try to maybe even play Tyrod Taylor or something, or Tua, if I can go get Tua. Because the Rams D is just getting more and more stacked. They just got Von Miller. This is just going to help them. This is a matchup I'm trying to avoid. Tyrod Taylor versus Miami. Listen, I think this is a good matchup. Miami's D has been bad. Tyrod's back. He's got Brandon Cooks. He uses him well. I think this upgrades Cooks quite a bit. I think this bumps him up a few notches, 4 or 5 notches in the rankings there. Where you might have him, because Tyrod's pretty decent. He gets the ball out and he does well. So he could be a good streaming play this well. Somebody over Ryan Tannehill that I might take also. Jordan Love, I got him in the top 15 just purely based off matchup. Kansas City stinks, so he could have a decent day. It's possible. So he's worth maybe a start in a 2-quarterback league or something like that, 16-man league. But I don't expect much from him. He's still got Devontae Adams. He's got Aaron Jones. He's got some veteran players there like Randall Cobb. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think I believe in Jordan Love personally. Teddy Bridgewater versus Dallas. Listen, this is also another matchup I'm trying to avoid. I think Trayvon Diggs is legit. Teddy Bridgewater is okay, but I don't know if he comes away with more than 15 to 17 points. Which is, if that's what you're looking for, 2-quarterback league, things like that, definitely go play it. Big Ben Roethlisberger versus Chicago. I think he actually has a decent day. This could be a one-eyed stream also, maybe over a Tannehill, over a Bridgewater, something like that, because Chicago's D hasn't been that great, and he's got some good weapons with Muth and Deontay Johnson, and Najee Harris is a stud, and he's still got Claypool there, and I think Claypool comes out and has a big week this week. So, yeah. All right, moving on. I got Matt Ryan versus New Orleans at number 18. One of those matchups, again, I'm trying to avoid. New Orleans D is actually pretty legit, but Matt Ryan might get you 15 some odd points, something like that. So he's there at 18. 19, I got Jimmy Garooppolo going against Arizona. We'll see how Jimmy G does. I hope he gets it to my boy Debo. We get a few TDs this week because I love my boy Debo. At 20, I got Baker Mayfield. Could be a good DFS play, spot start play against one of those quarterbacks that has a bad matchup. He's still a decent quarterback. Still got Jarvis Landry if he plays. I'd probably maybe take a shot on him. All right, moving on to tight ends, guys. I got Travis Kelce at number 1. That's where everybody got Travis Kelce. Come on, he's just the number 1 tight end in the league. Darren Waller at number 2 versus the Giants. Again, it's just one of those ones. He's going to be number 2 or 3 every week. He's just so talented. Mark Andrews against Minnesota. This is not a bad matchup. I think Mark Andrews is just a talented tight end, and he's always going to get his looks. He's always going to get his opportunities. Kyle Pitts is another one that I don't really like the matchup on, but what are you going to do? New Orleans has not allowed a touchdown by a tight end this year, so hopefully Kyle Pitts is the first and we have a good, decent fantasy day. But temper expectations for Kyle Pitts, I'd say. George Kittle, also another guy I'd temper expectations, but he's so talented. You never know. He could come out and have just a huge day. At number 6, I got Dallas Goedert. He's the number 1 tight end there in Philly ever since Zach Ertz left. So, Jalen Hurts likes his tight ends. So you can expect Dallas Goedert to get his shot this week. At number 7, I got Mike Gesicki going against Houston. This is a great matchup. Gesicki's like a wide receiver. He lines up outside like a wide receiver more than any tight end in the league. In fact, he does it more than most wide receivers do. This guy is a wide receiver, so it's kind of almost a little unfair, but listen, the guy gets it done, and Tua seems to like him, so you got to play Gesicki every week. Dalton Schultz, Dak's safety blanket. He loves Dalton Schultz as his little dump off when he can't find where to go, so you're playing Dalton Schultz every week pretty much when Dak's playing. Noah Fant against Dallas, other side of the ball there. Noah Fant is also just a really talented tight end. You never know when he's going to have a day, but you better watch out if they're in zone and Trayvon has, coverage there in that middle of the field or something. So, Zach Ertz, I got a number 10 against San Francisco. Zach Ertz has been pretty decent ever since he got to Arizona. So, he had a 15-point game with a touchdown and an 8-point game, I believe, last week. So, starting off real well to me. I'm very happy with playing Zach Ertz in the top 10. All right, guys, at number 11, I got the Tyler Conklin against Baltimore. This guy I told you guys to pick up a long time ago. If you have him, good for you. He's a good tight end, and they throw it deep to him. So he gets a lot of deep receptions. Even if he only has 3 receptions, he could have 80 yards. So Tyler Higbee, another guy that's just going to get the ball a lot. Tennessee stinks. That D, again, we talked about that. And Matthew Stafford, he spreads the ball out well. I think Tyler Higbee has a chance to get in the end zone this week. Hunter Henry, another guy that just gets used in that offense, just way too much to ignore. I think Juno Smith is out too, so Hunter Henry's the guy. And even though Carolina's D is pretty good, and they do decent against the tight end, I think Hunter Henry has a chance to have a decent day. And Pat Freiermuth. Now, the Muth is loose, but Chicago's D against tight ends is pretty tight. Not the best matchup for Pat Freiermuth this week, but listen, Chicago's D in general ain't the best, and they don't have many people to throw it to. They're now that Juju's gone, I guess they'd only have Deontay and Claypool and Najee, but they're gonna get it to another guy there, and that's probably gonna be Pat Freiermuth. So at 15, I got Jared Cook against Philly. I think that they're going to have to probably spread the ball out to Cook and Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler, because Darius is probably going to be on Mike Williams most of the game. And I think that he's going to have to get it to these guys to have a good game. So I think Jared Cook's a good play this week, actually. Dan Arnold for Jacksonville versus Buffalo. Listen, Buffalo D's pretty decent. I don't know if I'm playing this at all, but Trevor Lawrence seems to like him, so top 16. Evan Ingram got in the end zone last week, so he's a touchdown dependent tight end, but you never know what he can do week to week. I got Uzama going against Cleveland at number 18. This could be a good DFS play, decent spot play. If you need something there, listen, he goes to him when he needs him, and when everybody's covered, Uzama's open. So he's a decent play. Cole Kmet, not one I'm playing personally or even wanting to play, but he's in the top 20 here going against Pittsburgh. I don't believe in Justin Fields, and I've seen Kmet drop some balls too. David Njoku against Cincy. Listen, he's one of those boomer bust guys. He can go out there and get you 17 plus points, or you can come out and drop a big old goose egg. So you take a chance on David Njoku. Could be a good DFS play. All right, guys, that wraps up my Week 9 QB tight end rankings. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, smash the like, smash the subscribe, hit those comments below. I want to wish you all good luck this week. We are getting closer and closer to playoff time, so if you have a good record, great. Go out there and solidify your number 1, 2, 3 top seed. And if not, let's get some games. Let's get some wins. Let's get into the playoffs, because that's all you need to do is sneak into the playoffs, and you got a chance. As long as you got a chance, you can win it all. Let's end up with some trophies behind us, guys. All right. Well, hey, my name's Luke Evans. This is Fantasy Nuts, and I'm out.